Introduction. The National Ministry of Education presents the curriculum structure booklet for the suggested English curriculum, addressed to the transition and primary school levels of the Colombian educational system. The scope and sequence, syllabi and methodological and assessment suggestions presented here aim at giving teachers the tool to consolidate schools' English curricula that can contribute to the achievement of the learning goals established for the country, respecting, of course, the institutional autonomy guaranteed by Law 115. This way, each school will have the opportunity to evaluate, modify, and adapt this structure to the needs and particularities of their teaching contexts, as well as the characteristics of their students' population.
The first part called How to Understand the Curricular Structure and its Components. This session presents instruction for transition in primary teachers. The structure has been organized by chapters based on age grade of the cycle they address to. The reader will find three core elements: scope and sequence, suggested syllabus, methodological and assessment suggestion. These parts are composed by the following question: what is the scope and sequence? What elements make up the syllabi? What are the methodological and assessment suggestions? How can they be used? We each divide into task-based methodological suggestion, project-based methodological suggestion, suggestion for assessment. What additional recommendation will teachers find throughout the curricular structure? Fourth question is, what difference are between transition in primary curricular structure? And finally, the appendix.
Module 2. How does this curriculum articulate to the basic standard of competence in a foreign language, English? 1. Suggest language level and its articulation to the suggest curriculum for secondary. Here we will find a series of material that can help implement the suggest curriculum. 1. Lesson planning samples for each grade level. 2. Examples of assessment, instrument, quizzes, and rubrics. 3. Suggest resources for the use of material and didactic resources which can contribute to the curriculum implementation. In this rubric, we can find the representation of the language level corresponding for each grade, the number of hours, and the skills corresponding to each grade. 2. Adaptation of the basic standards of competence in a foreign language, English, to the suggest curriculum for transition and primary. This section indicates the language level proposed according to the CEFR. A1 for 1st to 3rd grade, and basic A2.1 for grades 4th and 5th. In this module, we can find the skills and standards that belong to each grade. These standards are related to the 4 basic communicative skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. 3. How do the basic standards of competence articulate to the basic learning rights? This figure is a summary of the modules in the suggest curriculum structure from transition through 5th grade. This covers topics such as health and life, peace and living together, environment and society, and a global village for each grade.
I'm going to say the summary about transition, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Every grade have 4 models. Well, the first grade that I'm gonna explain you is transition. The first model in transition talk about the boy or girl learn about her or his body. The second model is going to express emotion and mood. And the third model is about do action for taking care of the environment in his house or classroom. And the last model is about organizing their cultural identity. The first grade The first model, it's about do some activities for body care and personal hygiene. The second model describes his or her own physical difference and the one from his or her classmate and shows respect toward them. The third model is about putting in practice strategies to take care of the environment in the school. And the last one is express and promote collaboration in their family. The second grade, the first model, expressed the benefit of exercising and having a balanced diet. The second model expressed the most important right of boys and girls in their family. The third model is about describe some characteristics and the importance of the other living things in the context. In the last model, describe with simple vocabulary cultural difference like tradition and celebration. Third grade, first model talk about express using simple language the rules to prevent health problems. The second model established their duties as a member of community. The third model express the effect on their action on their local environment. In the last model, present a good practice for the responsible use of the technology. And finally, the fifth grade, the first model said propose action to take care on her or his body and his or her relationship with others. The second model expressed positive action to build a good environment. The third model appreciate the difference between the communities of the city or town. And the last model expressed the importance of media of their daily life.
Appendix. In this part of the book, there are 5 different titles. The first one is Lesson Planning Form. This shows a worksheet, a planning format for the teachers in order to ease the lesson. Number 3, examples of quizzes or example of assessment instrument is going to show how the quizzes are going to be developed in order to obtain and memorize some new vocabulary. Number 4, sample rubrics. The suggested documents are addressed to tasks such as oral presentation, conversation, or role plays, multimodal tests, written tests, and projects. Number 5, suggested resources. This part of the document provides a list of resources representing an inventory or directory that may be accessed as support of bibliographical aid to enrich and train teachers' skills for teaching English to students.